Hey yogis, welcome to my intermediate advanced 30-minute Vinyasa flow. We'll be doing a lot of backbending, exploring forms of inverted locust, and finishing in upward bow. You'll need a block or two for supported fish pose, as well as a strap if you're still working on the bind in a revolved lunge and one-legged king pigeon. This is a shorter practice, so feel free to warm up before you start the video and or hit pause if you need a break or two. Have fun. We'll start in Sukhasana, easy seat if that's comfortable for you. If not, any other seat will do. Allow the palms to rest on the thighs, maybe face up, and close the eyes. Start to feel into the body. Maybe you feel some resistance at the knees or at the ankles. Go ahead and let that go. Allow the shoulders to rest on the muscles of the back. Allow the elbows to get nice and heavy. Draw the belly in and see if you can get a little bit longer by drawing downward through the seat to lift up higher through the chest and through the crown of the head. Begin to deepen the breath, finding your Ujjayi breath or just allowing the inhales and exhales to be a little bit smoother, a little bit longer, more controlled. With each cycle of breath, let go of any external stimuli, thoughts of the past, or maybe what you'll be doing after practice, and become more and more in tune to the inner workings of the body. Let's take a few deep breaths in together here. Okay, inhale, reach the hands up towards the ceiling, and exhale, reach over towards the left. The more you draw down through that bottom arm, the more you'll be able to reach out through the top and make sure you're grounding down into the hips. Rotate the heart up towards the ceiling, maybe turning your gaze upward. Inhale, back upright, reach the arms up again, turning the gaze upward, and exhale this time over to your right. Draw the belly and anchor down into that left side to reach out farther through the right. Keep on rotating that heart upward, lengthening through the whole side of the body there. Go ahead and inhale yourself back up right here. And we'll do a twist. So inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale over towards the left. Draw the shoulders down the back as you lift up through the heart. Keep on turning the gaze over that left shoulder. Reach up through the ears. Reach up through the crown of the head as well. Inhale, bring yourself back to center, reach up, and exhale over to the right this time. Same thing here, draw the belly in. On the inhales, think about lifting up, getting a little bit longer, and on those exhales, just turn more over the right shoulder. Starting at the base, the sacrum, twist there, the belly button, the heart, the gaze, and finally at the crown of the head. Inhale, reach up again, coming back to center, and exhale, back to easy seat. Go ahead and grab a block or two here for supported fish pose. I'm going to place the block on its highest setting in between my shoulder blades, but if you need a shorter setting, go ahead and do that. Also, I don't really need any support for the back of my head, but if you need a block for under that head, go ahead and find one. Start with your hips on the floor and place the block in between the shoulder blades. You can start to stretch back here if that's comfortable, maybe binding the hands together and bringing the thumbs towards the floor. Legs or feet can stay on the floor here. If you'd like to lengthen the legs out in front of you, there's always that option. Just concentrate here on squeezing those shoulder blades into the block, trying to draw the heart upward a little bit higher. You can really stay here as long as you like. I won't be here too long because it's a recorded video, but if you'd like to spend 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes here just opening the heart, go ahead and take that for yourself. With each breath, keep on sinking deeper into that block, lengthening at the triceps, opening up the armpits. When you're ready, come out of the pose. Place your blocks to the side. You may or may not need them later. Go ahead and come up into tabletop from there. Lengthen at the wrists here and press yourself up into downward dog. Finding some movement here, just staying still. Keep on reaching the hips up towards the ceiling and grounding through the heels. Look forward, jump, hop yourself towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flatten out the back, and exhale, full forward fold here. Inhale, reach all the way up, extending the hands upward, and exhale, hands to heart center. Take a few breaths in Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring the hands to heart center, bow the chin, close the eyes, and just feel the natural flows in the body. Inhale, upward hands, turn the gaze up, and exhale, forward fold. Bring the stomach against the thighs. Inhale, flatten out the spine, hips high, and exhale, go ahead and jump back into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Keep on spreading the fingers, press the mat away from you. Go ahead and bring the feet a little bit close together here. Inhale, reach that right heel high, one-legged downward dog, and exhale, step that foot in between the hands. Set the back knee down and inhale for Anjaneyasana, low lunge. You can join the thumbs here and reach the arms up towards the ceiling, maybe even finding a little bit of a back bend. Tuck the tail, draw the belly, and keep on reaching the heart away from the floor. Really energize the feet, squeezing them in towards one another. Bring the hands back down on the floor. Lift the left heel up towards the ceiling, and we'll come into some handstand hops here. So maybe you find a little bit of floating or not. We'll kind of split the legs just to allow an easier way to balance, and maybe you end up extending both legs up towards the ceiling, or maybe you're just taking a few hops here. Make sure you land in some sort of control. Inhale, half fold, and exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back to Tadasana. We'll do this on the other side here. Inhale, reach the arms up, belly in, and exhale, belly still in, forward fold. Inhale, half fold, and exhale, hop back through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, belly in, tuck the tail, and exhale, roll over those toes, downward dog again. Few breaths here. Keep on opening the heart up towards the ceiling, drawing that chest a little bit closer to the shins with each cycle of breath. Inhale, lift the left heel, one-legged dog, and exhale, left foot in between the hands. Set the back knee down, inhale the arms up for Anjaneyasana, other side. Interlace the thumbs again here, this time opposite as the last time, and keep on pulling those arm bones back, lifting the heart, turning the gaze upward. Drawing at the pelvic floor, at the belly. Hands back down to the floor here. Lift the back knee. Come into those handstand hops on the other side. So step that front foot back just a little bit, and with control, see if you can lift up through the top leg and bring yourself into a handstand. You'll start out with a little banana back here, but then maybe you can straighten out the legs or not. Maybe you're just doing those hops. If you do stick a handstand, try to land lightly at the front of the mat. Inhale, half fold, and exhale, full fold. Inhale, reach up again, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the hands up, and exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, go ahead and hop yourself back to downward dog. Keep on tilting the sitting bones high here, spreading the sitting bones as well, lengthening through the backs of the thighs. You can turn the gaze up at the navel. Inhale, one-legged downward dog, reach the right heel high, and exhale, flying pigeon, knee to chest. Keep on drawing up at the back of the heart, kind of like a cat pose here. Bring the belly in to draw the knee in deeper. Right foot will eventually come onto the floor, and inhale the right hand up for revolved low lunge. Keep on stacking the shoulders. We'll find a half bind here, so the right hand will come behind the back, and on the exhale, we'll dip that left knee towards the floor for Anjaneyasana, and on the exhale, press the hips back for a revolved triangle variation. We'll inhale down again, exhale, straighten out the leg. Inhale, bend that left knee, right knee, and exhale, straighten out the right leg. Eventually, we'll turn that right hand up towards the ceiling, find your more traditional version of revolved triangle. Maybe the left hand comes to the outside of that right foot instead, but it doesn't have to. On your next exhale, both hands to the floor. Right foot comes back in one-legged Vinyasa. Exhale, Chaturanga, right leg lifted. Inhale, up dog, both feet on the floor. And exhale, downward dog. Take a few breaths here, just resetting the body, getting ready for the other side. Inhale the left heel up towards the ceiling, and exhale, flying pigeon this side. Hold that knee up, pressing up at the back of that right thigh, maybe coming all the way onto the tippy toes. Left foot finds the floor. Inhale, left hand up for revolved low lunge. We'll dip that right knee down towards the floor here. We'll find that bind first. Left arm wraps around, trying to find the right thigh. Maybe you're just pressing into the side of the back. Then we'll bend that right knee, straighten out the left leg, revolved triangle. Inhale, revolved Anjaneyasana. Straighten out again. One more time, dip those hips low, then straighten them out. Right hand stays on the floor here, ground the back heel, and inhale the left hand up for revolved triangle. Turn the gaze up towards the ceiling, lengthen the hips back, reach forward through the crown of the head. Keep on drawing that belly in. Exhale, both hands to the floor. When you're ready, left foot back, one-legged vinyasa, other side. End up in downward dog. Just know you can always take a break in child's pose. Instead of taking your downward dog, you don't have to keep up with your yoga instructor. Both feet closer together. Inhale, right heel up towards the ceiling, and this time right foot will come in between the hands. Swivel the arms up, find your warrior two here. Inhale, reverse warrior, turn the gaze towards the fingertips. And exhale, find high lunge again, squaring the chest towards the front of the room. Inhale, revolved low lunge, this time hands to heart center. You can straighten out the arms here, maybe find a full bind by bringing that left arm underneath the thigh. Keep on turning the heart up if you're finding this bind, engaging the legs so we're not sagging into that thigh but lifting away from it. Draw the shoulders away from the ears as much as you can. Bind is going to come closer to the tail. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, high lunge, and both hands will come to the floor. One-legged vinyasa, again, right leg up, this time keeping it lifted for up dog. We'll hold this up dog on the left toes. Keep on curling that belly button forward. Exhale, back to downward dog. Few breaths here. Feet closer together. Inhale that left heel up towards the ceiling, and exhale the left foot straight in between the hands. Inhale yourself back up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana to other side. Inhale Viparita Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior. And exhale, high lunge. Inhale, we'll twist to the left this time. Right elbow outside of thigh, hands join. Maybe the arms extend here or stay at hands to heart center. You can find your full bind as well. This is when you may grab a strap and bring it into the top hand. Maybe you can grab it with the bottom and keep on bringing the hands closer onto that strap. Make sure you can breathe here. If you can't breathe, come a little bit out of the bind just to make sure you're finding space through the breath. Keep on turning the gaze up. We'll inhale back to warrior two here. Exhale, high lunge. And bring the hands to the floor. One-legged downward dog, left heel lifts up, coming into one-legged vinyasa, staying in your upward dog. Find a kind of pigeon pose shape here, left knee lifting, toes coming towards the head. Mine don't quite come close, but I'm trying. Exhale, back to downward dog when you're ready. Again, take a few breaths here to clear it out. Finding that smooth cycle again to your breath if you may have lost it. And we'll come onto the knees, take a rest in child's pose. Think about broadening at the space behind the heart, broadening the lower back. Breathe into the thighs, maybe bringing more air into the lungs and the belly to compress the belly into the thighs. When you're ready, press yourself up into downward dog. We're going to try a balancing version of downward dog here. We'll start by grounding through the right hand and both heels, left heel. Inhale, reach the right heel up towards the ceiling. Start by coming on left fingertips if that's comfortable. See if you can reach back and grab for the outside of that left heel or calf. The higher on the leg, the easier it'll be. Keep on reaching through the right heel, flexing the right toes back down towards the floor. And we'll find kind of a pigeon shape in here too, kind of like with our up dog earlier, just bringing the right toes towards the head, back bending here. You can shift kind of through plank and through downward dog, finding your back bend. Come back to downward dog. We'll do the other side. So we'll ground through the left hand and that right heel this time. Lift the left heel, start to come onto the right fingertips. Eventually they come back and reach for the outside of that right thigh. Keep on pressing the mat away strongly. Flex the left toes, trying to close down that hip. We'll find a back bend here, kind of a pigeon shape. Right left toe, come towards the head. Keep on reaching the heart forward. You can come through plank and press back through downward dog a little bit, feeling into the shape. And Vinyasa, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, draw the heart and the belly through. And exhale, back to down dog. Notice your downward dog, maybe you feel a little bit freer now. We'll come onto the belly. Going to find locust pose here. And locust pose, press to the tops of the feet, tuck the tail and lift the heart towards the wall in front of you. Draw the belly in and make sure you can breathe here as you lift at the backs of the thighs, lift at the backs of the arms. Think about lengthening first and then lifting higher. We'll take a half bow here, grabbing onto the right ankle. Press the shin into the hand to draw the heart away from the floor. Keep on trying to square the chest forward, pressing weight equally into both hip points if possible. We'll do an upward side version of that pose, so same kind of shape here, except we're going to come onto the left arm and point the right toes up towards the front of the room. Maybe turning the gaze upward as well. Just find balance on that left side of the body. Back to center here on the floor. We'll press up into a tabletop, kind of wiggle around here and reset. So you can do some cat and cows or some side to sides here, lengthening shoulder to hip. Slow down the breath if you need to. We'll come back for another locust pose here, this time binding the hands behind the back. So setup is the same, press through the tops of the feet, hands to the lower back. Join the palms, trying to keep the palms closer for a more advanced bind. Squeeze the shoulder blades in, send the heart forward. Lift, lift, lift. Keep the belly in, anchoring down between the hip points and the navel. We'll find that half bow, other side. Grab onto the left ankle this time. Press the shin into the arm to draw the heart upward. Keep on grounding through that right side. We'll find that upward side version here. Come onto the right side of the body. Turn the left toes towards the front of the room. Keep the belly in. Gaze up at the toes for a little bit of a more challenging version of this pose. On your way back to the floor here, press yourself up tabletop, shake it out, reset. Especially if you're feeling kind of icky, stiff in the lower back, make sure that sensation is alleviated a bit before moving on to the next part of the class. I'm taking a little bit of extra time here. When you're ready, find your way back to the floor again. We'll find a variation of half locust prep here. So what's going to happen is the left leg is going to lift up like a locust, and the right foot is going to come underneath to the thigh. Start to point those left toes forward, kind of like we did for those variations in upward dog. You can press the heart into the floor, reach the fingertips back, and then maybe press up into a kind of up dog variation on the knee here. Again, pointing the toes towards the head, back bending, curling the heart forward, keep the belly in. Just play with it, may not look like much, that is okay. Counter pose and child's pose briefly, come back onto the belly, do the other side. This time that left foot is going to come underneath the right thigh to help it lift up towards the ceiling. Press the heart into the floor here. Maybe you extend the arms back, just curling the heart into the floor, lifting the shoulder blades away, gaze forward. If you'd like to, hands can come underneath the chest and press up for like a tabletop on knee variation. That back foot's going to come towards the head. And when you're ready, slowly come out. Briefly, child's pose, shake it out side to side here. Really allow that lower back to reset. We'll find full inverted locust now, and the arms are going to come underneath the chest, and you'll reach back and bind the palms together. Really scooch those shoulders in to make some support. Hips are going to come on top of the hands, and you can reach the backs of the legs up towards the ceiling. You'll see me attempt this a couple times before I get the right spot, just like a locust on your hand, so it may feel kind of weird. You may have not done this before. Just see what you can do. If you'd like to go a stage deeper here, the next thing you could do is lift so high that you bring the legs all the way up and over. You can point the toes towards the head for like a scorpion type shape here. Come out with control if possible, or one leg at a time. No pressure to do this pose at all, even just a little bit of more advanced stuff. You can always look at the video too if you'd like to see what's going on, and then pause the video, try it on your own. Those back bends were kind of a lot, so I'm going to take myself a mini Shavasana here. If you'd like to lie on your back for a second, do that. Just feel the energy flowing in the body. You may notice a little bit of an uplifting, energetic feeling from the back bends, maybe not. Just notice whatever you're feeling. Try to slow down the breath. I know my heart is definitely beating quite heavily here. And when you're ready, come back onto hands and knees. Lift the hips, downward dog. Inhale that right heel up towards the ceiling, and exhale the right knee to the right wrist crease. We're coming into pigeon prep here. See if you can get both thighs on the floor and try lifting the heart first. I like to press really deeply through the top of the back foot and through the shin. We'll reach back for a twisting a quad stretch, so you can stretch the heart over towards the right. Pull the foot in, but press the foot against the hand. Keep on bending the elbow back towards the left side. And we'll take the opposite grip here. So left hand is going to come to left foot, pull it in. Try to square the heart towards the front of the room. Again, bending the elbow back. Keep on drawing the belly in, lifting up at the heart. This will turn into a full one-legged king pigeon here. So I'm going to grab the outside of the toes with my left hand, point the elbow up, and eventually grab onto that foot with both hands. If you can't get that foot, you can go ahead and find a strap and pull the foot in that way. Head can come towards the foot, but it doesn't have to. Make sure those legs are nice and active. The more stable the base is, the easier it's going to be. Gently let go of that foot with lots of control. Step the right foot back to meet the left, and you can twist it out here in downward dog, swaying the hips side to side. Just letting go of any intensity in any part of the body before coming into the other side. In downward dog, inhale the left heel up towards the ceiling this time, and exhale left knee to left wrist crease. Shin does not have to be fully parallel for a one-legged king pigeon, although you can make it more parallel if you'd like to. Start by pressing down into the base, draw the belly in, tuck the tail, lift the heart. We'll twist over to the left here, grab onto that left foot with the hand, flex the toes back into the hand as you use the hand to draw the foot in closer towards the glute. This is a Smokey here who just still walked in through the frame. Say hi, Smokey. We'll find that opposite quad grab here, foot grab, stretching out the quad with the right hand this time. You'll want to square that heart towards the front of the room. The more you square the heart forward, the easier it'll be to get into king pigeon. So if you notice here that you're twisting over to the right and can't really make it towards the center, you'll probably need that strap. Again, you'll grab onto the foot with one hand, right hand first, then the left. Pull the foot towards the head if you'd like. If you need one hand to stay on the floor for balance, there's always that option as well. And gently come out. Both hands on the floor, press yourself back into downward dog. Twist it out, recenter. We'll come all the way onto knees here and find a side stretch. So we will inhale the arms up towards the ceiling and exhale right hand on the floor. Inhale, reach the left hand up and over that right side, just finding some side lengthening. Draw the belly and squeeze at the inner thighs so we're not coming to the outsides of the knees, but drawing inwards. We'll find a half gate pose here, so extend the left foot, toes can face forward. Keep on lengthening the side of the body, pressing up at the left side of the hip. We'll find a variation of a back bend here, so you can bring the right hand close to the right foot and reach back, kind of like a half camel, half gate variation if you'd like. Keep on grounding through the knee, through the foot to deepen that back bend. Both hands can come to the hips, and inhale yourself all the way upright. We'll do the other side, both knees on the floor. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, left hand to the floor this time. Inhale, reach out through the right side of the body and then over towards the left side of the room. You can turn the gaze up towards the fingertips, make sure they're active. Ground down through the insides of the knees. You can extend that right foot for your kind of gate pose variation. See how that may feel different from both knees on the floor. Toes can face forward for this one. That left hand will eventually come close to the left foot and back bend. If that's uncomfortable, just maybe a side back bend. Doesn't have to be full on towards the wall behind you, but if that's comfortable, go ahead and find that shape. Eventually, both hands will come to the hips and help yourself up, keeping the belly in, keeping the legs engaged. Come onto the back again. We're going to do some upward bows here. If you'd like to take bridges, you can go ahead and take bridges. I'm taking another little mini Shavasana to reset before I do my back bends. You can join me as well. Okay, bring both feet onto the floor, hip distance apart. Hands can come underneath the shoulders, facing the toes if you'd like, and press up for your upward bow. Maybe you start to straighten out the legs a little bit more, or stay on the toes if the lower back is feeling iffy. See how much you can straighten out the arms and pull the heart through the arms. Keep the belly in, tuck the tail, pressing the hips through the thighs. When you're ready, come back down. You can windshield wipe the knees side to side. Listen to the body now. It may be telling you you've had enough back bends and this would be your time to stop. Maybe take a restorative bridge if you'd like, or just bring the knees in together. If you'd like to take a couple more, I'll be going a little bit deeper. Once again, hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself up, maybe going a little bit deeper this time. I don't do a whole lot of moving in this video, but if you'd like to rock back and forth, that's a good way to open yourself up in your upward bows. Shortening the stance, bringing the feet closer towards the hands, or walking the hands closer towards the feet will also help you get deeper here. When you're ready, come out. You can windshield wipe the legs if you'd like. Reset. And I'm already going up for my third one, but take your time here. Another upward bow, make it your own. You can even extend one heel up towards the ceiling at a time. I'm just keeping it kind of plain and simple here, but feel free to move around. When you're ready, come back out. Rest feet apart, knees together. Lengthen the legs all the way on the floor. We'll do some hip openers on the back here. Start by drawing the right knee in, finding half wind reliever. Draw the belly in, engage the lower back and the shoulders into the floor. When you're ready, you can grab the big toe and press the big toe mound into the fingertips. Keep on drawing that right shoulder into the mat. You can bend the elbow to get deeper. Make sure that left side is engaged. If you want to bring the left hand to the thigh and help draw it downward, do that. Next variation, twisting here, grab onto that right foot, bring it over towards the left side of the room. You can reach out through that right hand, turn the gaze over the right hand. Draw the belly in and rotate it over towards the right side of the room as that right foot keeps on reaching over towards the left. Back to center. Hold on to both knees here, wind reliever, rocking side to side. We'll do it on the other side. Keep hold of that left knee as you ground the whole right leg into the floor, half wind reliever. Maybe rock a little side to side, make some space. Can grab onto the left big toe this time with the peace fingers, thumb in between. Start straightening out the leg while engaging that right thigh into the floor. When you're ready, grab onto the outside of that left foot and reach the left hand towards the opposite side of the room, finding your supine straight-legged twist here. Turn the gaze over towards the left fingertips to stretch out the neck a little bit more. And if the palm is flipped upward, it also stretches out the chest and bicep a little bit more as well. Both knees in here, wind reliever, clearing it out, rocking side to side. And we're ready for Shavasana. Get nice and wide on your mat. Allow the legs to be wide enough for the toes to roll outwards and the arms wide enough to allow the palms to rotate upwards. Just soften into the mat here. Trust the support underneath you is going to keep you safe while you rest. Allow the physical body at first to get nice and heavy, those muscles and bones. Bring your awareness into your breath. If you're still breathing those deep Ujjayi breaths, go ahead and come back to your normal, natural rhythm of breath. Just noticing how the body may move, rise and fall as you inhale and exhale, but you no longer need to extend the breath. Once you've quieted down the body and the breath, come into the mind, letting go of any thoughts that are leading you astray from the body here. Focus all your energy on restoring the body, healing, and allowing some muscle memory to take place here, allowing the body to learn everything that it experienced during practice. This Shavasana will last a little bit longer. I have the video continuing here, so take as long as you like. Thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste.